Welcome to Run the Clock with Jermaine and Tanesha.
Hey, this is Run the Clock, where we discuss the latest in sports news. My name is Tanesha.
And I'm Jermaine.
And today we're going to talk about, should the NBA reopen? Do we like the names on the back of the jerseys? Who the Lakers should pick up to replace Rondo? And how the NBA should replace fans and crowd noise. So let's get started.
Run the clock!
Okay, so our first topic, should the NBA reopen? And this is a two-part question because we have COVID-19 and their safety in one bucket, and then we have the Black Lives Matter movement in another bucket. Those are two big issues contributing to whether we should reopen or not. So what do you think, Jermaine? Do you think the NBA made the right decision?
I personally think the NBA definitely made the right decision. I personally think that people needed sports. People needed the storyline of sports. It's the greatest storyline on TV. Personally, I'm just getting tired of seeing the same four walls, watching the same shows, Netflix shows. You know, there are some great Netflix shows out there and stuff like that. It's not the same as rooting for your favorite team or your favorite player, seeing what's going on. As far as Black Lives Matter, you know, I understand why some of the players, they were hesitant on coming back. They wanted to keep all these issues in the forefront of America, and that's fine and that's fair. But at the same time, there's ways that you can keep these ideals and these things that we want to happen in the forefront of everyone's mind while playing basketball. I think that needed to happen, and I'm glad it happened. And as far as COVID is concerned, they're in a bubble. They're probably more safe in that bubble than outside said bubble. So I think there's no problem with the NBA opening them back up, and I'm glad that they did open back up.
Yep, I totally agree. I'm not buying the I'm scared for my safety type of thing. I think this bubble, the NBA has spent $150 million on securing this bubble. I mean, the technology is unreal. They have like these fobs that they wear that shows the temperature. I mean, it's a whole thing. And so I think that bubble is probably safer than anywhere else in the world right now. And so I think the NBA did absolutely a great job to do that. And then for Black Lives Matter movement, I also feel like they can play. And by them playing, I think they'll bring even more attention than they would have staying at home.
Right.
I just think about all of them being together in that one location. I mean, they might can have a panel discussion one night that the players put together, or different forums, or I just think it's limitless on all the things they can do versus sitting at home. And plus social media they're still going to have their social media accounts. So I kind of miss where they were thinking that the spotlight is somehow going to go away. I think it's going to be shined even brighter. You think about all the reporters down there, they're going to have nothing to do but to interview these guys. So
Right.
So,
those poor reporters.
Yeah, so I think the light is going to be shined really brightly on the guys, and I think it'll work out. I think they'll accomplish both.
It's not as bad as they're trying to make it. The food is better than they're trying to show it is. The
Don't get
rooms
me
are
started
better.
on that.
You know, they're not starving. They're not doing a prison bid. So we're not buying any of that, y'all. So
they'll be just fine.
They'll be just fine. Believe that.
I think the NBA made a good decision.
Oh! Do you like the names on the back of the jerseys and the sayings and the quotes and all that? Very interesting topic.
All right, well, let's get it started.
Run the clock!
Okay, so back of the jerseys, I say it's all right. It's cool. I'm gonna be like Malcolm X on this one. I think it's a symbolic gesture.
Oh wow!
It's cool.
Chicken's coming home to roost.
Look,
that's what's up.
Listen, this is my thing. I think that the real issue, in not just the NBA but all of sports, is in the coaching ranks. We don't have diversity in the coaching ranks. It's still a good old boys network. Maybe the NBA is going to do this, but what I would like to see is tell me how we are going to get minorities in the pipelines. Are we going to start partnering with HBCUs, giving them internships, giving them money for their facilities? I want to see like a 5 or 10 year plan. This is what we want to do. In 10 years, 5 years, we want 15% of our coaching to be minorities or something like that. That's what I would have liked. So, like the back of the name say, that's cool, but I need more.
Yeah, I could see why you would say that, but at the same time, you got to take each spoon of cereal one slosh at a time, sister. I mean, dang. So they said they want, the names or some type of quote on the back of their jersey. So that's what they voted for. That's what the players voted for. So my biggest deal was, let the players say what they want to say.
That's what I was gonna say. They didn't technically vote for those 20 that they got.
The 20 were pretty trash. I mean, but you can work with some of them. Giannis, he's actually putting equality on the back of his jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Kyle Korver. He's actually putting Black Lives Matter on the back of his. There's also ally you can put on the back of yours if you're non-white or if you're non-black. Excuse me. If you're non-black, you can put ally on the back of your jersey. I think that'd be a cool little gesture to see one of your teammates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Ally, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But it'd be kind of awkward if they got ally on the back of their jersey and you get yoked on by Caruso or something like that. I don't know. You might look a little, you might look a little suspect there. But I personally think that the phrases should have been expanded for each member to say what they want to say instead of no F12, no F45, none of that. You know what I'm saying? They should have a list of everything that they don't want the players to say, and then they should give them free reign to say something as long as it's like 3 or 4 words. So, because you can't put a whole sentence on the back of your jersey. But as long as they have that kind of reign, I thought it would have been really dope. You know what I'm saying? Jaylen Brown had a real nice one. You know what I'm saying? But that's it.
The next topic we want to talk about is who should the Lakers, if anybody, pick up to replace Rondo. So once again, Rondo is the most getting hurt person ever. So
that would be Anthony Davis, but continue.
Stay off my team now. So Rondo broke his thumb, I think, Sunday in practice, as if we needed another injury or another absence. Thanks, Avery Bradley. And so we want to talk about what should we do about that? Should we pick up somebody? So let's get started on that topic.
Run the clock. Well, personally, I think that the Lakers should pick up Isaiah Thomas. Little engine that could, Isaiah Thomas, an ex-Boston Celtic, played with LeBron in Cleveland. That didn't go too well, but I personally think it didn't go well because he was still feeling himself. He wasn't quite humbled, and he was just talking too much. So I think that nowadays, he'd come on the Lakers, he'd help them out, he'd give them scoring, he'd be able to move the ball around, help them we could add another good 18, 19 points with Isaiah Thomas on your squad. You're going to need that against the Clippers. Don't act like the Clippers don't have a bunch of firepower that you guys are going to have to match. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I say go after Isaiah Thomas. And I'm not sure, is Derrick Rose, is he available?
No, Derrick Rose has a team.
He does. I don't know, because he gets cut so much.
He's on the Pistons.
Okay, he's on the Pistons. So, yeah, all right. So, Isaiah Thomas would be my final choice for that.
Isaiah Thomas, 18, 19 points. When was the last time y'all heard that? It's been like 5 years ago. Isaiah is done. I love Isaiah.
No, he's not done.
Your team did him wrong, first of all. Let's just put that out there. But it's over for him. I don't think he's going to get another shot.
So did him wrong.
I don't think we should pick up anybody else. I think we have Dion Waiters and we picked up JR. And so I actually think in a way this will give us more playing time for those two guys. Dion used to be the man, before the weed incident and all of that. And so he can put up some points. I'm really excited about him getting some more playing time and JR. So I think that worked out really good to kind of get them in the groove, get them in the lineup.
They got Dion playing shooting guard though. They don't got him playing point guard.
We'll figure it out. We got to mix some people around. LeBron might have to play point guard the whole game.
That's a good way to put it.
And I just want to say this is all Avery Bradley's fault again for deciding not to come to the bubble. I have, we have a son. Other people have kids, but it's like this is your job. So I don't understand that. He could have been on a private jet the same day if something happens to his family. So that was a buster move for him. He knows we needed him. LeBron personally picked him up, wanted him to be his wingman, and he let LeBron down. He let us all down. So that was whack, Avery.
But anyway, unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion. Listen, I know the sun and all that, but you can get on the jet. I'm not trying to hear that. So Anyway.
All right, for our last segment we got, how should the NBA replace the crowd noise and the fans?
Let's get it started.
Run the clock!
So for me personally,
Yeah.
I just feel like the NBA players have been doing way too much. They've been complaining about the food. It isn't good enough.
Right.
The hotel rooms are looking like Motel 6 and all this and that. And then we're trying to figure out how to replace the fans so they can get some extra needed motivation. So I'm not trying to feel that. Bump that. When they were 8 or 9 years old, they were in the gym playing for their little AAU teams.
Right.
And the only person that was there was their mom. Forget all that other stuff.
City
They're doing
League.
way too much. Way too much.
Oranges and City League.
So let's just take it back, jump the ball, and we'll just play it like that. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard, a good friend of mine, talked to him, you know what I'm saying? And he said he don't need no extra crowd motivation. He's stoic. He said that doesn't move him. So everybody just needs to get on the train, be like Kawhi, and just jump the ball.
No. Kawhi Leonard wasn't talking all that noise when he hit that shot up against Embiid. He was all in the crowd like,
That was the only time in his life.
Stop it. But, I feel Kawhi when he ain't load managing. I feel him. You know what I'm saying? But, as far as this no crowd thing goes, you can do a lot with this time. You can do a lot with this no crowd thing. You can set up a big old screen, a projector-esque screen on the sideline, kind of like where the scoring table is. And then every time the team scores, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. An explosion happens, the logo gets shown, and some crowd noise, something like really spectacular. So every time somebody gets shake and bake, shot, boom, something crazy happens.
Watch 2 points.
Like no, ain't watch 2 points. It's boring for the fan. You need something that's gonna happen after every single bucket. That's gonna be like, oh, if I get this bucket, I'm not only gonna embarrass him, especially imagine getting dunked on and that explosion happens. Boom! Everybody's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Or you can stream in some fans, stream it in on the screen. Let them cheer, let them yell, let them do whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. Or you can also have a Rucker Park-esque DJ, MC, may I say.
I'm feeling you on that.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, LeBron James for 2. Oh, James Harden with the travel. Oh,
LeBron misses a dunk. Is that your king?
Oh, now that's... don't forget LeBron's on your team now.
I know that was
you the Lakers fan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying you can do a lot with this no crowd thing. You can make it really new, really fresh, and add a track, add a hip hop track in the back. It can be instrumental. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Just make it to where you feel like you are on the blacktop, and you got the beatbox and all that going on. You know what I'm saying? You just got that feel going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then also, I don't know if you guys, I love music. The Atlanta Hawks organ player, phenomenal. So you bring that young man, and we got our Rucker Park, and we good.
Right. And she out of time.
That is our time, y'all. Yeah. We got to stop the clock. We'll talk to y'all next time.
Hey, yo, once again, thank you for joining Run the Clock. This is Jermaine.
I'm Tanesha.
And we're going to make this happen again, all right?
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That way you know when we drop the next video. Thank you.
Holla at us!
Run the clock. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.